A school trip turned deadly. One cave, rising waters, 11 students, only 10 made it out alive. In the crisp air of North Yorkshire, excitement buzzed among a group of students from Tadcaster Grammar School. It was just before Christmas break, and nearly 113 and 14-year-olds were starting an outdoor education adventure at Bewerley Park Centre. Little did they know that this trip would end in tragedy, forever changing their lives and raising serious questions about youth outdoor activities. Among the eager faces were Joseph Lister, Amy, and Charlie. They were part of a smaller group of 11 students, accompanied by their math teacher and a 17-year-old volunteer guide. Their destination, the Manchester Hole Cave System, a seemingly innocuous network of underground passages that would soon become the stage for a horrifying ordeal. As the group approached the cave entrance, it appeared unassuming, just a small hole in the ground. But appearances can be deceiving. One by one, they lowered themselves into the opening, following their guide's instructions. They soon found themselves in a vast underground chamber, its ceiling vaulting up 50 feet, adorned with stalactites. The ground was covered in a few inches of water, but their rubber boots kept them dry as they splashed through puddles, marveling at the hidden world beneath their feet. Moving deeper into the cave system, they entered a second chamber. It was smaller than the first, but still spacious enough for the group to explore. The water level was higher here, but still manageable. Little did they know that this increase in water was the first sign of impending danger. The real challenge came when they faced the narrow tunnel leading to the next chamber. It was barely a few feet high, requiring them to crawl on hands and knees for over 40 feet. The passage twisted and turned, dipping down and rising again, with rock formations jutting out along the way. A muddy stream ran along the bottom, soaking their clothes. Despite the discomfort and nervousness, the students pressed on, driven by a mix of peer pressure and the thrill of adventure. Upon reaching the third chamber, the mood shifted dramatically. The guide's concern was palpable as he noted the unusually high water level. It was cold and windy outside, but there had been no rain in the forecast. The students found themselves standing in knee-deep, freezing water, with nowhere to move to dry ground. The situation was becoming dire, and the water level seemed to be rising. Realizing the danger, the guide made the decision to turn back. He sent the teacher back through the tunnel with the students, planning to bring up the rear himself. But as they re-entered the narrow passage, disaster struck. A sudden blast of cold water flooded into the tunnel, causing panic among the students. Some were kneeling in a foot of water, while others found themselves chest-deep in the lower sections. The teacher managed to pull most of the students to safety in the second chamber, but 3 remained trapped in the last room: Amy, Joseph, and the guide. With water rapidly filling the cave system, they faced a terrifying choice: attempt to swim through the flooded tunnel or face certain drowning. In a desperate bid for survival, they took deep breaths and plunged into the water-filled passage. The guide went first, followed closely by Amy. In a heart-stopping moment, the guide managed to grab Amy's arm and drag her through the final stretch of the flooded tunnel to safety. But Joseph wasn't so fortunate. As the last to enter the tunnel, he found no air pocket to catch his breath. Whether he tried to return to the inner room or became disoriented in the dark, swirling waters, Joseph didn't make it out. When the group finally emerged from the cave, they were stunned to find clear blue skies above. There was no sign of the torrential rain they had expected to see. As emergency services were alerted, the awful reality set in. Joseph was still inside the flooded cave. Rescue teams arrived within 20 minutes, but by then the scene had changed dramatically. The water level had receded, allowing them to enter the cave system. There, in the final chamber, they found Joseph's lifeless body, his head torch still illuminated but his Wellington boots missing, a stark reminder of the violent force of the floodwaters. The cause of this sudden, catastrophic flooding was as unexpected as it was tragic. Strong gusts of wind had whipped up water from the nearby Scarhouse Reservoir, sending thousands of gallons cascading over the dam and into the river below. In just 1 hour, the river level rose by 4 feet, overwhelming the cave system's natural drainage capacity and flooding it in a matter of minutes. The incident sent shockwaves through the community and the nation. Joseph Lister, described by his head teacher as an absolute delight who lived for life, had been robbed of his future in the most unforeseeable of circumstances. The tragedy raised serious questions about the safety of school outdoor activities and the management of risk in adventure education. Legal proceedings soon followed, with negligence charges brought against North Yorkshire County Council, which operated the outdoor centre. The case dragged on for weeks, ultimately resulting in a not guilty verdict. The court concluded that the incident could not have been reasonably foreseen or prevented. This case, however, opened up a broader debate about risk in educational activities. The Health and Safety Executive, HSE, which had brought the charges, found its fundamental beliefs challenged. Experts argued that while thorough risk assessments were important, the skill, knowledge, and competence of team leaders were far more crucial in ensuring participant safety. The Manchester Hole incident wasn't an isolated tragedy. Over the years, the UK has seen 137 recorded fatalities associated with recreational caving. The worst incident occurred in 1967 at Mossdale Caverns, where 6 cavers drowned following an unexpected cloudburst. Porth Ogoff in South Wales has claimed 11 lives, mostly due to drowning in the exit pool. Despite these tragedies, caving is not considered particularly dangerous when proper precautions are taken. In 2018, with around 4,000 regular cavers in the UK and about 70,000 people participating in instructor-led courses in the Yorkshire Dales, there were no fatalities reported. The Manchester Hole case and others like it have had a profound impact on outdoor education policies in the UK. In the wake of such incidents, many schools became reluctant to organize challenging trips, fearing legal repercussions. However, recognizing the value of these experiences, the government launched an initiative to encourage school trips, with a commitment to provide at least one major trip per pupil during their school years. This push for outdoor education came with increased emphasis on proper risk assessment and management. The tragedy at Manchester Hole serves as a sobering reminder of nature's unpredictability and the fine line between adventure and danger. The loss of Joseph Lister was a heartbreaking cost, one that no educational experience can justify. Yet, his story has contributed to a deeper understanding of risk management in outdoor education. It has pushed for better safety protocols, more comprehensive training for activity leaders, and a more nuanced approach to assessing and mitigating risks. Today, as students continue outdoor adventures, Joseph's story serves as both a warning and a call to vigilance. It reminds us that while we can never eliminate risk entirely, we can strive to create safer environments for learning and growth. The challenge lies in striking the right balance, fostering the spirit of adventure that helps young people develop resilience and self-reliance, while implementing robust safety measures to protect them from harm. As we reflect on this tragedy, we're reminded of the delicate balance between risk and reward in education. The Manchester Hole incident has left an indelible mark on outdoor education in the UK, prompting ongoing discussions about safety, responsibility, and the value of experiential learning. It stands as a poignant reminder that in our quest to educate and inspire young minds, we must never lose sight of our paramount duty: to protect and nurture the precious lives entrusted to our care. If you found this video informative, please hit that like button. And to stay updated on more in-depth stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Remember, adventure can be thrilling, but safety should always come first. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.